Scott Wheeler joins us now. Scott has worked undercover in Libya, and currently he's with the Republican National Trust Political Action Committee. Scott, in an interview today, Muammar Qaddafi wouldn't even acknowledge the protesters. He says the people love him. Is he delusional, or does he really believe this?
Well, I think it's the thing that he has to say. It's the political thing that he must say to suggest that this is the basis for my legitimacy. We know that they've imported some foreign fighters, although I think there are questions about whether or not those militias they brought in to protect him in Tripoli are going to be that effective. What it'll come down to is how ruthless and brutal he's willing to be. The ruthless dictators win out of these, will win ultimately in the coup. The ones who lose heart, the ones that back off or try to negotiate, they will end up dying or fleeing the country.
Yeah. I've got to admit, I was a bit surprised to hear that the U.S. may be considering military intervention. Is that wise in your opinion?
It's... It depends on the circumstances. I was a little surprised too to hear it, but now we've heard it leak out that Qaddafi has chemical weapons, mustard gas specifically. He might be willing to use it, and I think that is a threat that he is sending out to drive the foreign press out of Libya, so that when it comes to the real crackdown that'll require for him to stay in power, there'll be fewer and fewer reporters there and people with cameras to record it, that at least that have credibility.
I'm trying to think how the international community, particularly the Arab world, would respond if we responded with military force to help the rebels.
Think of the political situation here at home. The previous president was under immense pressure from the opposition party and Mr. Obama, as a matter of fact, for taking military action in the Middle East, and now he's faced with the same position. What he does now will tell the Middle East a lot about how serious he is and what he's willing to do. There's tremendous conflicts in Obama dealing with Qaddafi. As I had reported over the years, Obama has an unusual relationship with Qaddafi, and Qaddafi seemed to know, based on a speech he gave in June of 2008, before anyone knew about Obama's prodigious fundraising activities with money coming from the Middle East. Nobody knew that at that time, and Qaddafi in Libya made a speech that was translated from Arabic by a Middle East Media Research Institute that seemed to suggest he had an astounding knowledge of how Obama's campaign was going, and insider knowledge, and that perhaps he was getting money from the Middle East. Qaddafi was the beneficiary of Obama forcing Chrysler to cut a deal with Fiat, because Qaddafi in Libya owns between 3 and 7% of the company Fiat. So very unusual relationships there.
Scott, that's fascinating. We'd like to pursue that more, but unfortunately we're out of time. But thank you for providing your insights. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back.